Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So a buddy of mine sent me this link because he knows I like to see whining on Hacker News. And it talks about, let's see, what is the subject of this? It's why do employers rarely offer explanations to rejected candidates? So this is a good one. Why do employers rarely offer explanations to rejected candidates? Where to start here? So, okay, I'll start by telling you this. Obviously, I've wondered this myself. I've been in this situation, haven't you? Have you ever did a great on an interview and then you wonder, why the heck didn't I get the job? I've been there and I've asked them. I've said, why didn't I get the job? And they say, well, we had a more qualified candidate, or we decided to go with someone else, or we decided to go with an internal hire. And then I follow up and say, well, what specifically? Was it my technical abilities? Was it that I was wearing high heels? Or was it that I just was wearing a tank top and using profanities the whole time during the interview process? What was it? Was it my what caused this? And they don't tell you. They say, well, we just had a more qualified candidate. And it's frustrating because you want to know so you can improve. I get this, but let me tell you, from the employer's perspective, why they might not do this. So I think, in where we live today in society, political correctness and lawsuits, obviously one reason why not to tell people why they didn't get a job has to do with discrimination lawsuits. Because if you tell them and they don't like that explanation, or it seems like it's ageist or sexist or racist in some way, they may sue you. So the easiest way to ensure that doesn't happen is just to say, no, we found a better candidate. If you just say that, then, you haven't given them any fuel, any reason that they could possibly come back against you. Now, do I totally agree with this kind of pansy approach? Not 100%, but I understand it. I understand covering yourself, especially if you're a big corporation. It makes sense, right? And, I'll go on a little bit of a rant here, just so we're clear. You are going to be discriminated against. I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter. Whatever reason, every single one of us is going to be discriminated in some way. It's going to happen. And to top that all off, you can't stop someone through legislation from discriminating. They're going to discriminate if they want to discriminate. If they want to not hire you because you're a woman or a man or young or old or your religion or your color of your skin, they're going to find some way to not hire you, and they're going to say it's for a different reason. That's just the facts of life. I don't like it. It's not good. I'm not saying you should be like that way. I'm not saying that you should just accept that and just say, well, that's fine. Everyone else says that I'm going to do it. You don't do it. We're better than that, right? We're not going to do that. But the world works that way, and you have to understand that truth. Face reality, right? I talked about facing reality in this video. I keep pointing to this video. But it's true. We have to face reality and deal with reality, not just with ourselves, but with the way the world works. And that's the reality of the situation. So you just have to realize that you are going to be discriminated against, and you can't stop it. Now, I'm not trying to change your political views. I don't care what your political views are. I'm just telling you that you should be smart enough to realize that you can't, if someone wants to discriminate, you can't stop. If someone's a bigot, they're a bigot. If they're prejudiced, they're prejudiced. We're all prejudiced to some degree, but if they're going to use that in their hiring decisions, you can't stop them. You can try, you can put in HR processes. It doesn't matter. You're going to stop them. So, okay, enough with that rant. But anyway, another reason why employers might not want to reveal why they didn't hire you is because if they do, you can argue against it and you may get pissed off because you're going to disagree and you may come in with a gun and shoot them. That's the truth. That's the reality of the situation. That can happen, unfortunately. And why subject yourself to that danger? Why piss people off? Especially when 99% of the people that ask, why didn't I get the job? And you tell them exactly why and what they need to improve on. They argue with you, even though it's true. And then they don't improve anyway. So why do it? It's not even helping anyone. Now, there are some of you that would want the honest feedback and would actually take the feedback. A lot of you think you would, but you actually wouldn't. You would just argue and you wouldn't believe it. And you'd be more pissed off and admit it, right? So that's another reason. So you probably wouldn't even use it anyway. But it doesn't matter, because here's the thing. You can evaluate yourself. If you're being honest with yourself and true to yourself, in a lot of situations, you can go through the interview process and you can figure out why you didn't get the job. Just be honest, look objectively, and and sometimes you're not going to know, because sometimes, guess what? Some of those situations you are going to be discriminated against, and that's why. And you don't know why you got discriminated. Something about you they didn't like. Someone had a prejudice. They discriminated against you. It's going to happen. Or sometimes it's going to be just a charade. It's an internal hire. They made the job because HR said that they had to find and interview 5 people, but it was a good old boy system, just like most everything is. We'd like to believe that the world is a meritocracy, but it is a good old boy system, and you got to realize that. And they had an internal hire, and so that you didn't have a shot at it anyway, right? But try to be honest with yourself and try to put the blame on yourself first and figure out what you did wrong and what you can improve on. And just do a lot of interviews, move on to the next one, improve as you can, take notes in, how you felt. You'll know if you did well or not. Did you stumble on questions? Did you have good answers? Did you come off as a psychopath, right? Were you comfortable and confident? You can answer those questions and know. So anyway, like I said, I would like it if employers would tell you why that they rejected you from a job. I'd love it, but it's not going to happen. Rarely. Maybe you'll get someone that does. So that's just how it is. And you can whine about it all you want. We can make threads on Hacker News and just cry, or we can just move on and just, grow up. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.